Hello, this is Christine with Cocoa Daisy, and today I'm going to share with you some ideas and tips on how to use the two stamp sets that are part of the May Tranquility collection. This is a fun collection. It has a lot of beautiful plants and ferns, and very soothing is kind of the theme of this collection. And the one kit, or the one stamp set in particular, and this one is part of the Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kit, and it is it's meant to be just layered and layered, and there's so many fun ways that you can layer these little plants. And then this one is part of the Modern Memory Keeping Kit, and as of right now, we have, because I'm filming this actually before it even goes on sale. So as it stands right now, we have some of everything. We have some of the Modern Memory Keeping Kit. We have a few of the Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kits, and we also have some of the stamp subscriptions. And in the stamp subscription, you get both of these sets. So I'm going to go through a little bit of some of the ways that you can layer these. We're going to start with the Modern Memory Keeping Kit set, and it has this beautiful large fern. And one of the things that you can do is this little field notes, which is going to be really fun for journaling. I stamped the fern, and then I stamped the field notes over top. You can, of course, stamp it and then add any of the little sayings next to it. Like this one, it says, "Enjoy the little things in life." That would be beautiful for just a little detail on a layout or on a card. This one, what I did is I stamped the fern, and then I turned it and stamped it again. So you got kind of that lighter effect behind it. It was very, very pretty. And then I stamped the "Just Relax" over top. And then if you stamp it one way and then turn it and stamp the other, you can join the two little ends, and it makes kind of a neat little border almost with that one. And then the field notes, there's a couple of different ways that as I said, I stamped that over the fern. This one I stamped, and then I added this tiny little, almost like a little mini sprout or a little branch right there. And then this one I stamped that tiny little "and" right in the middle. I think that little "and" is so cute. I did that with that little branch. I stamped it, turned it, stamped it again, and then added the little "and," the little ampersand symbol in the middle there. And then this, which is actually one of my favorites in this stamp set, these little plus signs, because they add, and I'm going to show you, when you're creating a layout and you want to add just a little something, you want to add just that little bit of texture, or you want to add that little bit of layer that it doesn't take away from anything, but it builds upon what you have already, and I stamped it in black here just to show you. That's what I did on this layout here. So you can see where I just stamped it a little bit here and then down here, and I did a double stamp, and it just adds that teeny bit. And I really, really love that little stamp. It's one of the favorite ones that I had, because I feel like there's so many that you could use it over and over and over again. You could emboss that in gold on a layout and have just a teeny bit of something peeking out from behind a photograph or an embellishment. Here I stamped it in a yellow, and then I layered some of the sayings over top. And then you can see where I stamped a couple more of those sayings, and then I used that little leaf branch on there. This one, I stamped the "Just Relax," then the ampersand, and if you're real careful, you can ink part of a stamp. So all I did was ink the "Let Go" part. So it says "Just Relax" and "Let Go." So I was able to put those three together and create a completely different title. All that you do, if you want to try and do that, is on your ink pad, you'll put your stamp on your acrylic block, and just from the edge, stamp just what it is that you want to ink. And that's how I was able to get the little "Let Go" on there. And then now we are going to talk about this one. And this is, as I said, it's part of the Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kit, as well as the stamp sub. And what you get this little piece here, which is actually meant to be used as a shelf. So you can stamp, it's a little piece of wood, it's supposed to look like a little wooden shelf. So you can stamp that. There's a couple of small sayings, and then there's 3 pots, and then there's 4 different plants. And so you can mix and match those however you want. And that's where it gets really, really fun, because you can just kind of go crazy. So what I did here is I stamped 3 little shelves, and then I stamped the pots, and then I added in the plants. And this one, I did the same trick that I did here, where I stamped it full inked and then just turned it and stamped the residual ink, so you get that lighter bit on there. This one, I stamped 2 of the plants, and I just layered them up with the yellow and the green. If you wanted to do 2 greens, a light green and a dark green would be really, really pretty. That was both of these stamps that I stamped on there. And then this one, which I thought was really fun, because I actually put the plant on top of the saying instead of adding a pot. So I think that one turned out cute. And then this one, I stamped the pot with the plant and then put the let go and let grow underneath. And again, a couple more of the pots with the plants. I added the bloom where you are planted next to it. And then these, I show where I planted I did the long shelf and 2 pots, and then I put the saying in between. And then the same idea here, but just with 2. And then this one, I did the pot, and then I did the never stop growing from the other stamp set and put that next to it. And then this one, I did 3 of the same and layered them, and then did the let go and let grow. So there's a lot of different ways that you can layer the pots with the plants with a saying. And I wanted to share a couple of my layouts this month and how I did that. Now in my travel, in this layout, I just used black, and I think they look beautiful that way as well. So I just did the shelves with 3 of the pots and 3 of the plants. And I really liked doing them in just the black. In this one, I used it and created it with my title. So again, there's a lot of different ways that you can use these, that you can incorporate them all together. I even think, I didn't do that on here, but I even think you could do this larger pot and have a huge, that big fern coming out would be a really kind of a fun way to use that as well. So that is a little look at the 2 stamp sets that are in our memory keeping kits for our Tranquility collection. I hope that you're enjoying these. I hope I'm giving you inspiration and ideas and helping you think outside the box a little bit on how to use our stamp sets. As always, if you have any questions, leave them down below, and I'm happy to answer them and help as best I can.